Once upon a time, in a lush green forest filled with all kinds of animals, there lived a hare who was known far and wide for his incredible speed. He would often brag about how fast he could run, showing off his quick sprints to anyone who would watch. "Look at me," he would say proudly. "I'm the fastest animal in this forest. No one can even dream of beating me in a race." The other animals grew tired of the hare's constant boasting. We know," sighed the squirrel. "You're fast. But does that mean you have to remind us every single day?" One day, while the hare was showing off as usual, a quiet and steady tortoise who had been listening to the hare's boasting decided to speak up. "Perhaps you're fast," said the tortoise in his calm, steady voice. "But speed isn't everything. I believe I could beat you in a race." The hare couldn't believe his ears. He burst out laughing, hopping around the tortoise in circles. "You beat me? That's ridiculous. You're the slowest creature I've ever seen." The other animals, curious and excited, gathered around. "I think we should have a race," said the wise owl. "Let's see who truly wins." The hare agreed at once, confident he would win without breaking a sweat. The tortoise, unshaken by the hare's mockery, nodded calmly. "Let's begin." The fox, known for being fair and just, was chosen to organize the race. He drew a starting line and a finish line in the forest clearing. All the animals gathered to cheer and watch. "On your marks," called the fox, raising his paw. "Get set, go." The hare dashed off like a streak of lightning, leaving the tortoise far behind. He zipped past the trees, barely stopping to look back. "This will be the easiest victory of my life," he thought. The tortoise, meanwhile, began his race slowly but steadily. Step by step, he moved forward, never rushing, never stopping. His pace was slow, but his determination was unshakable. The hare had run so far ahead that he decided he had time to rest. "I'm so far ahead, I can take a little nap," he said to himself. Finding a shady spot under a tree, he lay down and quickly fell asleep. While the hare slept, the tortoise kept moving. He passed the tree where the hare was snoring and continued toward the finish line. The other animals watched in awe as the tortoise, with his slow but steady pace, inched closer and closer to victory. Eventually, the hare woke up and stretched. "Time to finish this race," he said lazily. But when he looked toward the finish line, he couldn't believe his eyes. The tortoise was just a few steps away from crossing it. Panicking, the hare sprinted as fast as he could, his heart racing. But no matter how fast he ran, it was too late. With one final step, the tortoise crossed the finish line. The forest erupted in cheers. "Hooray for the tortoise!" they shouted. The tortoise smiled humbly, while the hare hung his head in shame. "How did this happen?" asked the hare, bewildered. The tortoise looked at him kindly and said, "You may be fast, but overconfidence can slow you down. I may be slow, but I kept going, and that's how I won." From that day on, the hare learned to be humble, and the tortoise became a symbol of perseverance and determination for all the animals in the forest. The story is teach that slow and steady wins the race.